What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to zero gap the FX1 trimmers. This is going to go for the gold or the black FXs or the low pros as well, the gunmetal or the red ones. The blades are all the same, so I'm going to show you guys how to go about it. But first we want to grab our zero gapping tool. That should have came with any of the tools that we're talking about. It is this little red thing. I believe they're always red. I think I have a green one. They came with my patty cuts, but they're always going to look something like this. And just in case, I got my BaBylissPRO screwdriver out. Now the benefit of these skeletons are we don't have to take the blade off, but we got our screwdriver just in case we need it. So you guys can see the two screws right here are how we're going to zero gap it. Now the benefit of the skeleton is we can take that cover off and we can get to it really easy. So we don't have to take these screws out, we don't have to take the blade off, we can do it with it on it just like this. Like I said, the low pro is going to operate exactly the same, except it doesn't have the removable cover, so it's just a little bit more difficult to get to, but you're going to do the same exact steps. And honestly, if you want to just take the blade off, you can do so. It does not mess with the zero gap settings when you take the blade off, and maybe I'll show you guys that at the end. So the first thing we want to do is take our little screwdriver out. You can see there's two holes in here that is meant to go on here, and it's going to leave the screws here. I don't really know why that is because we're not going to need those, but you can see I have it on there. I have it pressed up against the bottom of the trimmer blade. Now we're going to take our screwdriver. It is a small hex bit. We're just going to loosen the two screws on the bottom of the blade. All right, now I'm actually gonna go ahead and take this off and show you guys with those screws loose, we can move this around and get our blade off center and crooked and really whatever we want, right? That's what allows this to move around. Now let's go ahead and put this back on. Now this tool is gonna help us. If we push it, it's gonna come all the way past. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but the teeth are actually past the steel blade. We don't want that. So what we're gonna do is take the trimmer, we're gonna press it on the table. That's gonna push both the blades flush. We can take this and press it down, and now we know that both blades are hitting the table. Now we can pick it up. I want to look down the blade and make sure that it is zero gapped. I want to make sure that this black blade is not coming out past the gold, and that thing is absolutely zero gapped. Now very carefully, before we bump it, we don't want to move it. We want to go in and tighten these screws. You're going to be kind of gentle because if you put a bunch of torque on the screw, you can twist the blade and throw it off a little bit. So once you get it close, now we can snug it down, go back and do the other one, and take our red zero gapping tool off, and we want to test them out. So you always want to test them on yourself first. I don't necessarily recommend coming in and just doing your beard, so we have no idea how sharp these things are going to be. So I always use the back of my hand. We'll just turn them on and balled out on the back of our hand, and I can see I'm getting a little ash line on my super light skin, so that tells me that these things are hitting. You just want to make sure that they don't feel like they're biting. Most of the time it's going to be on one of the corners, so you guys can feel it. You can kind of even push on each corner, make sure that it feels okay. These do, and they're zero gap. That simple. So really any of the skeleton blades, which is essentially everything from BaBylissPRO, even the lithiums have it, all the low pros have it, all the FXs have it. The only one that doesn't is the FX3, but you're still gonna do the same thing, just with the FX3 tool. Now I'm gonna show you guys, if you wanted to, we can take the blade off. This screwdriver's too big. Get my other screwdriver out. We can take the blade off. We don't need to do that. You guys saw me just zero gap it with the blade on, but I'm gonna show you guys something just so you understand how this blade works. We'll go ahead and take these screws out, and you see the blade comes off. So the beauty of the FX blade is that we can take the blade off and nothing comes loose. So all of this is still held. Now if we get into taking off this piece right here, the spring comes off and it becomes a lot more difficult to put back together. But you can see now with this off, we could really easily zero gap this. Not that it was difficult before, but now we have it off, we can press it down, we can pivot it, whatever we want to do, set the screws. All we got to do is put it back on here. It's pretty easy, self-explanatory. It goes in one spot. Put the screws back in, and we're all set. All right guys, so that is it for zero gapping the FX1s, or really any skeleton blade from BaBylissPRO. You guys can see it was nice and easy. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. And I said this before guys, but I have tons of zero gapping tools. So if you need one, hit me up on Instagram at SeanCutsHair, and you guys cover shipping or something, and I will send one your way if you don't have one and you need it. But that is it for the video. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And make sure you guys click right here and check out my other blade adjusting video for clipping.